Have you ever wondered if the safety measures that we have make our lives more dangerous? When you feel safe, are you willing to take more risks? I'm going to speak about some of the different safety measures that indeed seem to create a dangerous situation. I'm Jeffrey Whetstone, and the problem that I present today about our society is that when people are given all the safety features that exist in our day, we become more reckless. Some examples I'm going to discuss are football, NASCAR racing, and high-end luxury vehicles. The problem is that when people are given added safety features, they are willing to take more risks, and they trust they will be protected from harm. This needs to be solved by everyone understanding there are still deadly risks, and we need to take caution even when we are promised safety. For some reason in our society today, we get a little too excited about things that really won't hurt us, or things that we're afraid of. People really enjoy fear for some reason. They enjoy pushing themselves to the limit of what they can do, or living on the edge. For the most part, media promotes fear. You rarely hear on the news something good happening, but for the most part, they're all bad. One of the main reasons they do this is because when something risky is happening, or something potentially dangerous, people are more drawn to it. Who would have thought that horror movies and scary movies are so common today? But for the most part, people really enjoy this stuff. It's a strange phenomenon that we enjoy scaring ourselves, causing fear, or indulging in it. There are some cases in life that instead of trying to flee from something highly improbable that would hurt us, we essentially run right into danger. Alright, so for football. Throughout history, football equipment has been improved so much. Robert Cantu, a neurosurgery professor at Boston University, said, "The actual athletic equipment on the market today is better than athletic equipment that's been on the market in the past." Referring to the year 2010, Cantu states, "There have been on-the-field deaths in football every year since 1931, with the exception of 1990. Last year, there were 5 on-the-field deaths. This year, there have been 2. All 5 last year and both this year were due to brain injuries." To put that into perspective, there are averagely 2 to 5 shark attacks a year around the globe. These couple football on-the-field deaths happen in the U.S. alone. People would probably be more afraid of football if there were deaths in the NFL, but there have never been any deaths in the NFL. Most of them are high school or rarely college games. The concussion rate is extremely high in football, and it's mainly because football players tend to use their heads and faces to tackle more than anything. Their once protection from harm has become their weapon of choice. Now on to another example, NASCAR. NASCAR is a rather popular sport for its crashes and wrecks. More so in the past, but it still provides an interesting example. Randy LaHoy was a NASCAR driver for over 20 years. He said, "Racers were always aggressive. I know the walls I've hit. Before there were soft walls, the safer barrier hurt a lot more. The concrete wall hurt a lot more than the safer barrier does. And one of the things that the drivers of this era haven't felt really is a concrete wall." He also mentioned that he had been in his fair share of crashes. You look at a 50-year-old race NASCAR driver that's retired, other than Mark Martin, you know, they have trouble tying their own shoes because they were beat up pretty hard. You know, their body's stretched. They have trouble walking. Not a lot of difference in the older football players, but we didn't get as many concussions as they did. But there's still a lot of guys out there that have hit their head. If I hit my head one more time, I could probably hide my own Easter eggs. Over time, the average top speed hit an all-time high, dropped, probably because the number of accidents is now starting to rise again. Due to the safety features such as wider tires, better exoskeleton in the car, neck braces, and the safer barriers, as he talked about, the drivers are feeling safer as they fly around the corners at very high speeds. Now for the last example. I'm going to use the experience from a well-known man, the talk show host Glenn Beck. He said, "I was standing in the Mercedes dealership, and it was because I was looking at Audi as well. And the guy said to me, he said, 'This has some amazing safety features. It knows when the car is going to roll. If your window is rolled down, it immediately rolls the window up. It has side airbags. Your seats, depending on what the car senses it's going to do, it pushes your seat in the right position. Makes me want to flip the car. I'm going to put my seat in the most awkward position, and I'm going to flip it. Like the safest car on the road, he used the term death-proof. But honestly, I didn't even think about it until I was driving it, and thought I really was taking a corner a little too fast. And I'm like, I can handle it. What's the worst going to happen? From his perspective, he was assured that it is the safest car around. It could prevent him from dying, even if he did flip his car. But in fact, there is no telling what could happen in a car crash, and there is no way to say it's death-proof. Just being told those things makes us wonder how much further we can go. This is the issue that we have as our safety features get better and better. We take more chances, and even with the safety features, the chance of accident is still high. We need to take proactive action to prevent unneeded dangers, but avoiding the thought process that we are invincible. Accidents will always happen, but there's usually something that can be done to save lives as we go about our thrill-seeking pastimes or jobs in some cases. Take action, be informed about the safety features we use. Use them, don't abuse them, and maybe someday it'll save your life. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening.